Hello, good evening, students. Hope you're all doing good, and I hope you can hear me very well. Can some of you confirm that you can hear me well, so you can continue the class? Anyone? Is it possible for you to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear.
Okay, right. Thank you. Let's continue the session. Participants are here. People are joining in. Doesn't matter. We will start the session. Um, Today, I'm hoping to teach you responsive web designing. So I think my screen is shared with you. You can see the screen. Let me first of all explain the concept to you first, then we will get started with the practical part. When you're practicing, you can pause my video and you can practice along with me. And please kindly turn off your microphones and keep your microphones muted, please. Right. Today I'm going to set up a project, right? So I'm going to have another project set up. In my F drive, I usually have a folder called WC underscore CSS. So today I'm going to have a folder with a different name, right? Okay. Um, Let me explain the folder structure to you first. I'm going to create a folder first. We'll create first of all a folder, WC underscore BS. BS stands for Bootstrap. Okay, Bootstrap. I'm going to teach you Bootstrap. Using Bootstrap, we're going to build something called responsive web design. Okay, so we're going to do responsive web design part using Bootstrap. We have closer to 1 hour time left. We can nicely practice these things. Okay, I strongly recommend that please don't practice along with me now. Later, once the session is over, you can practice along with the video. Okay. Right. So this is the lesson plan. We will be having a main folder called what do you call this? WC underscore bootstrap, that is short form BS. So under this, we will be mainly having another two files, not two files, actually two folders. I'm going to have two folders. Okay. Let us put all the folders inside a box like this. So this one is a folder. Okay, and inside that we're going to have another two folders. We're going to have two folders. The first folder is going to be CSS folder. We all know that we can use external style sheets. So we're going to have one folder called CSS, and the other folder is going to be JS, which stands for JavaScript. Okay, actually we haven't learned about JavaScript, but when there's time, I will try to explain you a few things about JavaScript. But when we are doing our responsive web design, most of the things that we can do with CSS, few things are needed to use JavaScript. When that part is coming, I will be explaining that one. Rest of the part is going to be common, common in the sense like it's going to be like this, right? So we're going to just have the files here. We'll have all the files here, right? Um, we will have our practice files like this. So I will be having my file, for example, let's say vs demo1.html. That's the first file that we will be practicing, and so on and so forth. We will be having other files, upcoming files like this. I just wanted to mention that we will be practicing this particular folder structure that is important at the very beginning, because first part of the lesson I'm going to show you what is actually Bootstrap, what do you mean by Bootstrap, why do we need Bootstrap, and where to get Bootstrap, and how to install or how to download and get it configured with your project. That is the first part that we're going to spend a couple of minutes. So you will be getting a clear picture how to work with Bootstrap after my lesson. All right. So without further delay, let's get started with the lesson. I'll keep this one. If necessary, I can again use this one. Okay. First of all, make sure you know some facts, right? I like to move this one down here. Main purpose is I want to make some space in the screen. Let's keep the right side of the screen for discussion. So we will use this side for the discussion now. If you take the World Wide Web, we all know World Wide Web is a collection of 1.9 trillion websites, 1.9 trillion websites, not billion. Right. So what I wanted to tell you is, I'm sorry, I think 1.9 billion websites. Okay, right. So this number, a huge number of websites are there. And if you take people who are using the websites, let's open a website, right? Okay. Let's go to whatever the website that you like. You can go like, let's go to ikman.lk. This is a Sri Lankan website. When you go to a website, this is just one website. Okay. Now we can browse the website, right? We can go there. Let's go to another website. Let's say another one. Okay, Terras.lk. So we can go to Terras.lk, right? Right. So we can go to different websites. That's not the point, right? If you take people, this is another website. This reason I took this one is there's a website called GSM Arena website. GSM Arena website, you can find any phone, any model. You can find information about phones. Let's say you like, have you got anything on the Redmi? Let's go for Nokia phone, right? So once you click on Nokia, all the models come in here. Let's open something like this. Okay, so that particular phone's picture is loaded here, and basic information is provided here, and all the other specifications of the phone is displayed here. This is not the thing. Nowadays, people are accessing websites not using computers. That you need to understand, right? So very limited amount of people are accessing websites using computers or laptops. Many of you, even you, I don't know how many of you are accessing this course or how many of you are participating for this course using your mobile phone, right? Maybe most of you might be accessing the program or this course you are participating, maybe using your mobile phone. So for that much, mobile phones are very much in use, and people are very much using mobile phones for their day-to-day activities. Having that said, right, what I wanted to tell you further is, if you take more than 60% of the web users, right, so 60% plus, so more than 60% of the web users are mobile users. Okay, mobile users. Now the real problem with the mobile devices is different mobile phones have different type of resolutions, and they have screen sizes, right? So okay, different screen sizes. So when you design a website, okay, when you have a website, how it looks on a normal phone and how it looks on a note and how it looks on a tab, maybe how it's going to look on a laptop screen or even big in a TV screen, how it's going to look. So this is going to be a real challenge for the what do you call, the developer, okay? Because different screen sizes, different resolutions, So in order to get all these kind of things, or in order to fulfill all these kind of screens or screen resolutions, we need to have a technology, or we need to have a technique that we would be able to uh, fine tune the things and do, right? Okay. Um, so what I will do is I will show you a method where you can easily, right? You can easily, now it's better. Okay. Where you can easily design a web page or a website which will look 99.9% same on any platform. Okay. Right now, let's go to this same website. I think this is a responsive website. So if it is a responsive website, now you can right click on the web page and you can go to inspect. And when you go to the inspect section, from here, you can choose the mobile device that you want to view the web page in. For example, let's say you want to open this one on a iPhone 14 Pro Max. So choose that. So the screen size gets adjusted, and you can scroll it down like this. So I think I have to reload the page, and I'm reloading it. Now this is the mobile friendly version is loaded. Okay. So the pointer is coming like a touch screen. So I can't go this way. Now this way I can go, but they have designed it like that. But this is fine tuned for mobile phone visibility. So this way we can go. That's fine. But it is optimized for mobile view, because this is in a portrait screen we are designing it, and the space which is left for us, it is well being utilized. Okay. Nice. So this you need to understand, because when I change the resolution, see, okay, let's go for another one. Uh, let's go for an iPad Pro. So this resolution is again different. It's a good idea once it goes to a different resolution, you can reload the web page, right? So in a tab screen, it's an iPad, so it's a type of a tab. So you can see this is how the web page is going to look like. So in my screen it is coming, so its fonts are a little bit small, but in a real tab you will be able to see the fonts and all. Okay, so in a tab, this is how it's going to look. Your website going to look like this. And let's get rid of this one again. Let's go back to our home page, or let's go to just the view in a laptop or a TV screen. So this is the full view, how it looks, right? So, and I need to reload this one, so the normal version for that will be loaded. There is something wrong with that. Okay, let's reload it. Now it's fine. So this is how in a desktop it's going to look. So now I can't go this way, can't go in that way, right? So that's how it works. Let's try with this website also. Right click, inspect, and let's go Pixel 7 and reload the page. Not bad. Okay. So that's how the Daras.lk website on a mobile phone can be accessed or viewed. Okay. And if you're interested in a product, okay, let's click on the product. That page product will load, and that page is also optimized for a mobile view. Okay. Like that. Okay. I hope that is enough. Let's go back to the web page now. So how we do this one is there is a website called Bootstrap, right? So the official website of Bootstrap is getbootstrap.com. I'll put that in your chat window, right? Getbootstrap.com. Bootstrap has several versions. You can see here, starting from second, third, fourth, and these are previous releases. Okay, and the current latest release is 5 point plus. It's going on. From fourth version to fifth version, there are major changes. One major change is in previous versions up to version 4, when it comes to JavaScript, Bootstrap was using, or Bootstrap was relying on a third-party JavaScript plugin called jQuery. Okay, jQuery. No longer jQuery is supported in Bootstrap 5 and onwards. It is using Bootstrap scripts itself. So it is another major advancement. So it is no longer relying on Bootstrap. Okay, right. So that's what I wanted to mention about that version. Okay. This is pretty example and pretty simple how to work with this one before getting installed and before getting working with the Bootstrap things. I like to show you what it has. So when you go to the official website, you can find out there is a section called documentation. We will be spending some time in the documentation because when you want to create certain stuff, not like in HTML or CSS lessons that I did, you can remember I was typing a lot of code in and I was creating the content. Here also, you'll be creating a minimum amount of code that you have to type. Most of the code you can copy paste. That's for very simple. You can copy paste most of the code from the documentation and you can straight away get started and you can start working with the program, right? So that's pretty simple to work with. I'll open the documentation and show you. And please understand, I'm not going to read from the getting started section up to here. You, of course, after I teach you the basics, you are welcome to go and explore these things. It'll take some time for you to understand the whole thing. But quickly, as a developer, in order to get started with this one, we don't need to go from the scratch, from everything. You don't need to read and do it. But I'm going to go in a fast track. So within a couple of hours, you will be able to feel comfortable working with the Bootstrap and you can build web pages which are responsive, built with Bootstrap. That's what my target is to teach you. Okay. Having said that, so let me show you something like, for example, when it comes to there's a section called containers. So we will talk about this one a bit later. I like to show you something like grids, structures of the grids. We will be learning about the grid systems and all. I will explain you. This is the first thing that I will teach you. So how to columns, right? So we'll be having all these kind of things. How to work with text, typography. So letters, how to make big, small, different types of heading sizes, which you didn't find in CSS and all. How to work with images, responsive images, and all these kind of things I'm going to teach you. Right? Let's try those things when we are moving along with that, all right? But I'm not going to do it in particular order in this one. I'm going to do it in an order that you can learn it fast, okay? And when it comes to the component section, this is the section that you will be using when you want to copy paste the code, right? So it's a simple matter of, for example, if you want something like an accordion control, this is what is called the accordion control. So within a limited space, only one tab you can open. The rest of the tabs will auto close and you can add them very simply. Okay, that is one thing. I'm not showing everything, okay? So you can go for card designs. So these kind of designs you are spending yeah, Buddha, you can open that in your mobile phone. You can open that website, no problem. Here, when you go to the card design, this kind of a card design will require you to write some HTML code, and CSS code is pre-built for this, and I'll tell you why is that. And you will have to simply use some special words. These are actually class names, which comes from the Bootstrap library. So when you use these class names, what will happen is it will auto get formatted like this. Please understand, this gives you a default theme or it gives you a default editing like this. If this is not what you're expecting, or if this is not what your desired look and feel and the colors and everything, you are welcome to adjust this. Always you can adjust this one by writing your own CSS. I'm going to teach you all those things. This is just I'm showing you what Bootstrap has to offer us, what it is going to give us, so how we can develop, right? Okay, that is why I'm showing you. Let's take a look at another one. There's something called carousel. Carousel means you can put pictures here. Actually, these are not pictures. These just placeholders they have put. So we can put images here and they will slide. We will practice this. And you can put them with selectors like this. You can go front and back like that. And you can put with content also, text and all like that, with the background image. It'll be nice. And this will be fading in, fading out. This has some disadvantages as well when you're working with your websites. Let me talk about those things later, but for the time being, let's talk about only about the good things. So that's about it. Let's go for something like navigation bars. You can create easy to create these kind of navigation bars. Last week we were creating a navigation bar, I think, which was not very good, but so we can easily create these things, right? Okay. Um, you can create spinners, these kind of things, very easy. Different colored ones. Okay. Progress bars you can create. Paginations you can create, these kind of things. So all these things are very much useful for us to build. So let's quickly start building this stuff. All right. Okay. So first thing first, let's go to the Bootstrap homepage. This is the homepage, and in the homepage itself, you can go to the section downloads. This is the section, it says downloads. There are different ways that you can get started with the Bootstrap, and you can do. There are people who will be using like package management systems, like if you know how to work with Node.js, or if you know how to work with Compose and all, right? So you can auto download packages and auto download and install them by using command prompt commands, right? So which is not, we are not covering in this course, right? So if you like, you can learn it through uh, YouTube tutorials, but please be aware that in the industry they are using such kind of things as well. I'm going to show you how you can manually download and configure that, right? So you click on download, and once you hit that, what's going to happen is you're going to get some options here. It's going to offer you something like compiled CSS and JavaScript. So actually, this is the version that we want, because we're not going to do much modifications and things like that. We can go for the section called source files as well. If you go to download the source files, it's going to give you a bunch of other files and things that you can customize a lot. But this one is a good start for us. This is very easy. But it says download ready to use compile code for Bootstrap version 5.3.1 to easily drop into your project, which includes compiled minified CSS, compiled and minified JavaScript. Minified means they are compressed. That means their size is very small compared to the original one. So which will load very fast, and your projects will load very quickly, and it will work better. Okay, so we're going to practice this one now. Without further delay, let's get started. Before that, I'm going to my VS Code. I will open my file menu. Now I'm going to choose open folder because I'm going to set up a folder first, right? Let's go here. I'm usually doing it in a drive. Let's go to my EEF drive. Yeah, in the F drive, you can see WC CSS, WC web, and I'm going to create a new folder, WCBS. WCBS, right? So let's go inside that folder and just select that folder. So Visual Studio Code will take that folder. Everything's ready, right? Welcome screen comes. It's asking whether I'm trusting the authors. Yes, I do. Just click yes. And I can get rid of the welcome screen by closing that window. I need to, now what I need to do is I can add my files and other folders. Before doing that, let's download the file, download this one. Sorry about that. Where is it? Yes, this one. I'm going to hit on this. Right, it's asking me where should I download it, right? It's in the F drive. I think all of you can see this one, WC Bootstrap. Let's go into that, and I'm going to save this one, right? Let's see what's going to happen. And if you go here, it shows that zip file, right? So you don't need to do anything. Let's just browse there. I'll open my computer, and let's go to the F drive and go to the that folder. I'm inside that folder. I'm going to select this downloaded file, right clicking. Then I'm going to say extract here. Right. So it's going to extract the files. Inside this one, there will be just two folders. That's all. CSS folder and the JavaScript folder. I'm just going to select this one, cut that, and I'm going to paste it in my main folder. Okay. So I will delete these two files, right? Because I don't no longer need them, right? I just deleted them. Actually, I can undo delete if I want to get them back, right? I just deleted them, unzipped them, and I just deleted them, right? Let me show it once more, right? So I had only this file. Select this file, right click, and say extract files here. So it will extract this one and give us. So go inside that folder and select these two files, or select those two, X, Control X, and I'm pasting this one. So I have those two files. I'm selecting this and this, then Shift. I'm deleting this. I don't need this. Okay, I have only those two files, only those two folders. Now let's go to our VS Code. We have a neat folder structure now. We have done this part. This one and this one, we got it. If I open the CSS folder, this is what I have got installed, or this is what got downloaded to my push machine, and all these things are available, right? In this one, there are two options for you to use. Just see there's an option called bootstrap.css, right? Bootstrap.css. If you're going to use a particular feature in Bootstrap, you can use only that program, external style sheets. These are external style sheets. If you're going to use only the grids of the Bootstrap, you can use that one. If I click that, it has some lines of code in it. It has around 4,000 odd lines of code, right? I'm not going to use that. I'm going to click Bootstrap, and let's go to the last line and see. It has 12,000 lines plus codes. Okay, to be honest with you, 12,067 lines of code we have. So don't worry, this has been developed by web developers, well experienced people. It has been developed, and we just need to know some words here, how to use them, and it will be easy for us to work with them, right? Okay, nice. Having said that, I'm going to close that folder, and I'm going to open the JavaScript folder and show you there are some bunch of files here we will be using. There's an option called bootstrap.js. This is a file you can read and understand this one if you like. And there's an option called bootstrap.min. So this is a minified version, which is very difficult to read and understand. I don't think you can read and understand this one. The way why this is written like this, the reason for that is to save the size. This is a tiny file. The previous one is a big file. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do one more thing. Which I'm going to do is, I wanted to tell you something here, children. There is an option called bootstrap.bundle.js. Bootstrap.bundle.js. This file is there. This is the one which has all the other types of bootstrap features inside this. So I'm going to connect this file, not this one. Okay, right. Okay, those are the two files I have. Now, when I want to create a new file to work with this one, this is how I do. I will select my main folder. Make sure you select this one, not these two. I select this one, click on the new file folder, new file option. After doing so, I will be typing a name for my file. So as I told you, bs_demo1.html. Okay, so it's going to be an HTML file. So I can type, right? So I will type HTML. I will choose this one, right? Okay. So we all know how to create this one, right? So I'll say working with Bootstrap. Okay, right. Inside my web page, I will add few things, just HTML, so that it will be easy for us to work with. We should put div tags and we should work, but I'm not going to do that for now. I'm going to keep them very simple, and I'm going to explain you how it's done. Let's see how it's done. Let's put h1 sample heading here. Put h2 sample heading here. Let's put a paragraph. Okay, and let's put what else we can put? Let's put some links there. An HR. Oh, I'm sorry. Put a HR tag, and let's put some links. Let's just call sample. I think that is enough, right? Okay, let's open that page and see how it looks in the browser. So this is my folder. Let's open that. As usual, you can see like every day, every other day, it is just a heading, just another heading, paragraph, and three links. It's a very boring web page. And you know, with normal CSS that we like to use, we can add them and make this one beautiful. That is not the point today. Today we're going to make use of the Bootstrap front-end framework, and we're going to work with that, and we're going to make our website look prettier. Okay, not only prettier, we're going to make it responsive as well. Now let's watch this how to do. Okay, first thing first, step one, what you do is you have to link the I'll put a comment here. Right, step one is link the Bootstrap CSS file. So to do that, you can type link. When you press the tab key, the relevance part comes, then href comes. Href asks you to give a path. I'm going to type CSS /, and these are the files that is available. I'm going to type bootstrap.css. I can use bootstrap.css or bootstrap.min.css if I want to save some space, right? So I will type like that. Right. The next one I'm going to do is step 2, right? Step 2, what you need to do is step 2, link the Bootstrap JavaScript bundle. Okay. So make sure you do this one at the bottom of the web page. There is a reason for that. You can do it at the head part, but if you put it in the head part, what happens is it increases the page load time. When the page is loading and when it wants to render that page in the web browser and it wants to show the output on the screen, it will take more and more time if you put the JavaScripts in the head section. So for that reason, we add the JavaScript part or linking the JavaScript to an external JavaScript part at the bottom, right? So step 2 I have added here. It's very simple. You just type script and press the tab key and go inside the script tag and type src and you provide the path, right? So you type js /. This is the one you have to choose, right? Bootstrap bundle.js. Okay, that's all. Now you are ready to go with this one. When I reload this one, see automatically these fonts, paragraphs, links will change. Now see this kind of a look and feel or this kind of a style has been added to the page. This is possible or this is happening because we are making use of the Bootstrap. Okay, we are making use of the Bootstrap. That's the only reason why it is happening like that, right? So this is the very first part. So this is what I told you, from which site you can learn Bootstrap officially. That is the documentation part is there, and how to download it from the official website. We just downloaded, unzipped it, and we created a sample web page like this, sample web page, and I gave you in 2 steps how you can link the Bootstrap libraries with our web project. Okay, I hope up to this point everybody understood. If you have understood, can you please raise your hand so I know that you are listening and you understood up to what I was speaking or what I spoke. Okay, some of you are raising your hands so that maybe they are keen learning and listening. Yeah, yes, students. If you can raise your hand, that'll be great. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, the call for the prayer is going on. Let's take about a 2 minutes time. After that, I will continue. Okay, just stay online, please. Thank you very much for staying online. Let's continue the class. Okay. Okay, students, this is the very first step, right? I'll just simply show you a small demo here because I'm going to start teaching you the structure of the course now. I mean, the bootstrap part. Now, you just saw that small change came here. Where is it? This part, right? This one is what we are working on. This is the doc part that also I don't need now. Let's close this one so it keeps me simple. For example, if you want to change these things, okay, how Bootstrap works is inside the Bootstrap built-in CSS library. Inside the Bootstrap built-in library, there are so many built-in classes. This is a CSS code library developers have written. We didn't do this one carefully. Developers have written. There are advantages, a lot of advantages are there here, right? Okay. So for example, if you take a look at the tag body here, this code you can understand. Margin, font family, font size, font weight, line height, color, text align, background color. These are for browser specific ones. We don't have to worry much about that. So students, if you take a look at the body's margin is by default set to 0. Okay. And font family, they have set all these kind of things. If you put a HR tag, how it should come, everything have been set. H1 to H6, everything have been set. Okay, so you can H6 is a class also, and H6 tag also. Both of them are coded like this. Every tag, every HTML tag and many classes have got coded like this. So only matter you need to just use them, right? Let me show you something like, let's find something called BTN. Okay, so let's top .btn. So when it comes to BTN, right? So when you go for BTN, there are so many places. This is the one. Now, how a button should look. Because there are so many settings written here. So many settings have been written. So you don't know how to worry about this. If you like, you can format it later, but it is already pre-coded, right? So how we're going to practice is we're going to go here. And since you have attached the external style sheet bootstrap.css file, that is actually this file you have attached with this file, you can simply call the class names, external style sheet class names you can simply call. For example, for H1, you simply say class, and if you say H6, which means you are applying the H6 class there. So did you see that it becomes smaller? Okay, so that is not a good option. So let's delete this one. Let's go to HTML link. Okay, inside the HTML link, I'm going to type class. Let's type BTN. BTN I just showed you. BTN stands for button. So when I reload that, this becomes a button now. You can click like that, right? And further classes you can add. You say BTN dash. If you type BTN dash, for example, if you type primary, you will get the button in blue color like that. And when the mouse pointer comes, there's a small animation. If you click and hold, there's another color variation. All those things comes. What do you call that? Underline is gone. Text turns to white. If you don't like primary, let's say you type BTN dark. That's a built-in class name you're using. So this turns to black. Right. So if you don't like BTN dark, you can put something like, let's say danger. So this becomes in red. Likewise, there are names. So I'm going to use common names plenty of times. You will understand. Let me show you one more thing. So if you like to have the button a little bit large, so you type BTN LG. Let's reload this. So it becomes really big like that. Right. And if I scroll it closer to the page, you can see that edges of the button is round rectangles, right? Edges of the buttons are round rectangle. What you can do is, if you don't like the round rectangles, you will have to format that one. I will teach you that how to customize Bootstrap later. First, we will learn how to use Bootstrap and features. This is not learning Bootstrap. This is just showing how to attach with our web page and do, right? Okay, so this is enough for the starting up part. I will close this file. Now what I will do is I'm going to start teaching you the stuff. So this is the file. I'm selecting the file and I'm duplicating it. Control C, Control V. And I'm working in this one. I will rename this file to bs_demo2. bs demo 2, right? Okay, so this is working with Bootstrap. That's fine. First, I'm going to teach you something called there is a lesson we're going to learn called Bootstrap containers. Let me teach you what it is. Okay, right. So I'm deleting these things. I'm having just a blank web page now. Let's go. Let's reload the page, right? So that's a blank web page we have. Now, we know that if you want to create a div tag, because a div tag is nothing but a tag which can surround other HTML tags, including other div tags also, right? Anyways, when you want to have a div tag, you can give either a div tag and ID attribute, or you can give a class attribute and you can connect it with CSS code and you can write the code in for that. Up to now, we were writing like this. For example, if you write box 1, if you write box 1, and here you needed to write, we will not do this now, okay, because we have learned this. You type div dot box 1 and you can write so if I reload the page, we get something like that with the background brown, I mean, what do you call that, black border, a small thing we can do. This is a manual code, right? So we're not going to use this one like this now. We can use to customize, but I'm avoiding that now, right? Let's work with the basics. So instead of saying like that, there is a word. First thing that you're going to learn is you can use something called container. There are two types of containers. One is container. The other one is called fluid container. I will explain the difference between that, right? So container versus fluid container. So first we will practice the container part, right? Okay, so you type dot container. This is a built-in class in Bootstrap. Just that's all. And inside this, you can start building your components. You should type your other stuff and you can do it. Later, I'll teach you like these things. Sorry. Why you should create a row and when you should create divs. When I'm teaching the grid system, let me teach you that. For the time being, I'm not doing it. I'm typing H1. Bootstrap is easy to learn, right? Right, right. So we'll have some paragraphs, text like that. Sorry. Sorry, no. When you reload that, you get something like this, and you would have noticed it has left margin from this side and margin from this side nicely, and it has automatically come like that. Now let's go and open it in a responsive screen. It works perfect. Let's open it in a iPhone 12 Pro, iPad Pro, Galaxy, right? So different screens that is possible for us to do, but we haven't done much work here. This is not having something meaningful. And you can see text justification or just justified. It's not possible. We will do that later, right? Okay, I'm going to go for the normal web page, right? So let's keep it like that. And this will automatically resize also nicely. This is because in the large screens, it's getting automatically resized. Tuck, 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 like it's jumping because when it is programmed already inside. When that resolution is detected, accordingly, it is getting its size adjusted. See, and ultimately it will become a responsive design. See, this is the normal view, and if you go for a phone view, it knows how to display it in a phone view. Okay, that is simple. Okay, but let's close this one and let's go back. Right. Okay. So this is about the container, right? And I can put just for the understanding, we can put bg dash. If I type bg secondary, you will get a background color applied to that. We can do a lot of formattings here. Don't worry about that. One by one, I will teach you. Okay. So that is, this is called setting the padding value, right? So that is possible. See, with simple classes, I can get it very quickly formatted like this, right? Okay, nice. I'm not going to spend too much of time there, right? So I just showed you how it works, right? Okay. So we'll keep it like this now, right? This is container class, right? So let's put a background color also. BG warning. So this will be in yellow color, like that. Let it be there. Okay. Then we will create another one. So this time I'm going to type dot container dash fluid. Container fluid. So without wasting time, let me copy and paste this text. We'll put the headings as container fluid. Yeah. We'll say container here. So when you say container fluid, see what happens. I'll put a background color for this as well. Let's say BG. This is a light blue color. Now you can see that is width is set to 100%. So whatever the screen size, if I zoom out, see what happens. See, the content is becoming smaller. It's going to the middle. But when I'm zooming out, you can see this fluid container is stretching across my web page. So actually, if this is the effect that you would like to have for your design, you can use that one. If you don't want, you can stick into some other designs, right? So this is the normal size. That's how it looks like, okay? Uh, so that's basically about the container, two types of containers. You can use one container inside another container. Also, let's try that one as well in another example, right? Let's close this. Okay. Right. So, let me show you a small note here. I'm referring a thing and doing for you, right? So, um, it's easy if I put the snipping tool. Yeah, Butala, can you see this one? There's a small part here. This is the container breakpoints. Breakpoints, which means when the size is adjusting, or if it is less than 576 pixels, it will go for 100% maximum width, right? Max width property will be set to 100%. Then when in the small screens, if it is greater than or equal to 576 pixels, that is what's called the small screen. Okay, max width will be set to 540. So when the size is in the medium, which is 768 or above, 720. Large one, 992 or above, 960. Extra large, if the screen size is 1200 pixel or above, with maximum width will be set to 1140. This is what is getting set in my computer. Okay, now. Oh, I think this one, extra large screens, because my resolution is something like 1400 something. Okay, can't exactly remember. So this will be perfectly working for us. Okay, so that's the basic idea why it is getting adjusted like that, right? Okay. All right. So I said that I will be doing a small trick. Okay, not a trick, of course, we'll be doing. Um, right. So let's work on the container padding also, right? So when you want to have a padding, because you can see the text is going to the edge of the container itself or the surrounding part itself. If you want, you can type. Now, the words that I'm teaching are just some class names. Each one has a meaning. So we just use that in the project and we do it. That's it. Okay, so we type PT stands for padding top dash 5. Now you will see this way in the blue color container. This way you will have more space left. See, this way we are leaving more space. Let's say you want to leave space from this side. You can type P that is left PL dash 5. So this side we're going to have space. Uh, mm, Bottom is working. Left and right not working for fluid layouts. Let's try everything at once. P dash 5. So all the sides it is getting adjusted. So that is what happens. Let's give this one also the same. If you didn't like this color, we can put a different color, okay? Right. And just like that, you can give the margins also, right? Okay, you can give margins also. Let's try another class here, something like let's give border. That is getting a default border. Do you see that there's a white color border coming here, right? Okay. Um, and of course, we can set the margins also. If you want to set the margins, you can say MY, that is top and bottom margins. Y direction margin you can set. Let's give 5. See what happens to the yellow one. So this side and this side, it leaves a margin. If you want only at the bottom, you type MB. Then that will come like this. If you want only top, you type empty. We will talk about that in future. Again and again, it will come. So it's not a big problem, right? So let's give M5. So margin every side, it has uh, much margin, right? So that is the way of, I like this way. So it should be in center line. Further, we will do some more stuff. Okay. The next thing that we need to learn to do is how to learn the grid system, right? So because if you understand the grid system, it is easy for you to build the responsive designs, okay? Responsive design. Uh, you go and search for Bootstrap grids. It's simply, this is a good example, though it is fourth one, doesn't matter. I'll open this one for you, right? This one and this one. Students, please understand what we do here. This is a very good example. What it does is, sorry about that poor quality of this one. The visible area, what you have here, that is the container part. If it is a container, not a fluid container, that will be divided into equal 12 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 12 equal sections. Each one is called a column. This will equally divide your screen into 12 equivalent columns. Each one is 8.333 percentage in width. That is how they have given. So column 1 size means 8.333 is the size, right? So I'm going to explain and demonstrate that one in the next example for you. If you properly understand this one, it is easy for you to design other web layout. Okay, other web layouts, it will be easy for you to design, right? So if you take a look at another example, so that is an example actually. These kind of designs you can desktop layout, tablet, mobile, right? So you can create. So this is the idea here is desktop layout in the sense in a large screen we can have the website designed like this. We can simply do this one inside div we can put some div tags and we can beautifully do this one. And in a small screen tablet or a mobile layout we can stack them one upon the other, so we can scroll up, scroll down and easily access the website. So slowly we will do some designs, one or two layouts we will practice. When you are practicing with the video, you also please practice. After this grid system we will stop the class for today, right? So as I told you, equally you will have to divide your section into 12 equal sections, right? So those are not equal sections, and I don't think there are equal 12 slots there. To do that, what we do is I will go for another web example, right? So let's select this one, Control C, Control V, and let's call this one Bootstrap Demo 3. And even we can give a name for that grid system, right? Grids, okay. Bootstrap, let's call this one as grids, right? I will get rid of this one. I won't explain you the stuff, right? I'll get rid of this. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a div tag because you have to have a parent tag. So inside that one, you can put the other tags easily. Okay. So let's put a div tag, right? Div tag like this. Okay. And here we'll put a class for this, right? And you say call dash one. Okay, call dash one. I'll say BG success. So that will be green color. Okay. And here we will put a paragraph, nothing much. And we'll put a heading also. I don't know whether a heading can be accommodated there. Hi there. Let's open the page and see. So you can see this is the size of it. And we are not using a container for this, fluid container or a container. So that is why it has gone to the leftmost side and it has got attached like that. Now, if I copy paste 12 of these things, if I copy paste 12 of these things, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, each one comes to come one after the other because we don't have something called a row system and we don't have a container. So if you have a container only, it's going to properly work. Now I'll fix that one. Watch how I'm doing it. Oops, sorry. Watch how I'm doing it, right? So I'm going to put dot container, right? And let's take this one down here. Please, oh, sorry. Let's add a comment there. Right? What we will do is, if we reload it now, so it's inside the container. And but if I copy paste, we'll see what's going to happen. I have 2 of them, and it goes down like this, right? Because by default, div tags are blocked elements. They will go to the next line. So if you want to take them to the other side, what you need to do is you need to use something called, because we are learning the grid system, you need to use something called a row, because inside a row, you have multiple columns, right? So that is the lesson that you're learning today, right? So let's put it here. Nicely done, right? Okay. Now see the code structure, right? We have a container. Inside the container, we have a row. Inside the row, we have our item, right? So let's reload this now. And you can see one item is there. Now, if you copy paste this one as the second item, that will nicely come there. See, it is taking place to the next, right? Likewise, I can put multiple columns. Let's put 3 columns now. I have 3 columns like this. Now, the thing is, each one is size is call size 1 I have given. So the first one, if I give call size 5, see what happens. Now that is big. right? It takes more space. Other things get pushed down, right? So there's no thing called col dash 5. Uh, see, this one is taking column size 5, the other two taking different size. I'll change the colors so you'll be able to see them. Right, so we have 3 different colors. I will finish the lesson now, don't worry. Okay, anyway, total have to be 12, right? So let's put this one 6. So 5 and 6, 11, 11 plus 1, 12. The full grid will be occupied. The full grid will be occupied. And when you're making it smaller, now in this screen, it is not becoming, responsive, right? Let's try in a, let's go to an inspection mode. Let's try in a mobile phone. Let's try loading it. And still it's not coming. It's not coming. There is a reason for that, students. I need to teach this one because we shouldn't use something called call here. If you use call in every screen, rather than in a computer screen only, even in a mobile screen, it will try to hold 3 columns like this. So there are things like call dash LG5. LG means large screens, right? Only in large screens, if you're going to maintain. Now when you reload, it will nicely stack one upon the other. That means in small screens, it's going to become responsive. Big screens, it's going to give a desktop type of a layout. So that is the basic idea about the grid layout. So I think that's the time that we have, students. It's almost 7:30 past. I hope you enjoyed the lesson today and I hope you learned well. Next week, we will continue from here, students. Grid system, I will start the lesson from next week and I will continue. I think we can spend in about another 3 hours, maybe 4 hours in Bootstrap, and you will be comfortably, you can create web design, layout designs using Bootstrap, right? Can you tell me out of 10, how was your understanding of the lesson today? And then you can leave the session. Okay, thank you very much. Out of 10, how much did you understand, students? Okay, like 10 out of 9. Yeah. Okay, please practice and see so you'll get it. Okay, some people have got it 10 out of 10. Good. Right. Okay. 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 Thank you. I hope most of you have got a score above 8 or 9. Right now, doesn't matter. Anybody who understood less than 5? Oh, 9.5. Okay, right. Good. Good. Nice. Nice. So this is very pretty simple. Next week also, I'm going to continue this one. All right, then, students. God bless you all. Right. Take care of yourself. See you in another lesson. Okay. Thank you very much. Good night. Suleha, you can stop the recording.
It's a